Have you ever been told that getting a sexually transmitted infection makes you dirty, slutty, or damaged forever? Sex negativity has led to a lot of stigma and shame when it comes to things like using lube or watching porn, getting an abortion, and yes, testing positive for an STI, or even getting tested at all. But STIs aren't inherently shameful. They're simply infections that we can get from sexual experiences. In fact, more than 50% of people will get some type of STI at some point in their lifetime. And at any given moment, 1 in 5 people is living with an STI. STIs are prevalent, but the stigma is even more widespread, and it prevents us from talking about them. And it also prevents people from getting tested. My name is Cassandra Corrado, and I'm a sex educator who works with adults to unlearn the harmful myths that we learned when we were younger. Today, we're setting the record straight on STIs, and I'm going to be showing you how to do an STI test from the comfort of your own home. First things first, every single STI is completely treatable, and most of them are curable. That means if you do test positive, there's a way forward. Viral STIs like herpes, HPV, hepatitis, and HIV are incurable, but the body can clear HPV on its own over a longer period of time. And some people have been cured of HIV through stem cell transplants. But in general, viral STIs are chronic STIs, which means that we're dealing with them for the long term. That being said, there are plenty of medications that can help you live without symptoms or outbreaks most of the time. Bacterial STIs can be cured using widely available antibiotics like azithromycin, ciprofloxacin, and penicillin. You may have heard some scary reports about antibiotic resistance and STIs. And while, yes, antibiotic resistance is a problem, it actually goes to underscore the importance of regular STI testing, because the sooner you can test for something, the sooner you can get treated, and the less antibiotic resistance is developed in the long term. There are a lot of resources available for STI testing. You could go to your primary care doctor or to a sexual wellness clinic. You could go to your local health department, or you can even do a test from your own home through a telemedicine service. But one important note, when somebody says they've been tested for everything, they probably actually haven't. There are many different types of STI tests available, and different facilities test for different things, and your doctor might choose different tests based upon different symptoms that you're presenting or why you're going to visit them that day. So specificity is really important. For example, there are blood tests for herpes, but they'll just tell you that you have herpes. They aren't going to tell you where you actually have it, which is pretty important. So if you know that you've been exposed to herpes, or if you are having herpes symptoms, then your doctor is probably going to want to swab the affected area or where you're having an outbreak. That's going to tell you a little bit more about what's going on and how you can manage it in the future if you do test positive. I know that getting tested for an STI can be confusing or overwhelming, especially if it's your first time. So I'm going to take you through the process of using an at-home test kit just to show you what it's like. The test I'm doing is the full control kit from Nurx. They sponsored this video and gave me the test for free, but you can still use that service with your insurance or paying separately. The full control kit tests for gonorrhea, syphilis, chlamydia, HIV, and hepatitis C. I've been tested for STIs before, but this is my first time doing a test that actually involves oral and rectal swabs. So this is a first for me too. The full control kit also includes supplies for a urine sample. The full control kit came in a plain priority mailbox, and inside there were instructions, a pee cup, and a bunch of specimen bags and swabs. If your tubes have liquid in them, like this one does, don't dump it out. It's there for a reason, usually to help preserve your sample. First, I'll do the throat swab. The instructions say to rub this against the back of my throat for 10 seconds and then put it into the tube. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's pretty easy peasy. If you've gotten a throat COVID test done or a strep test, it's pretty much the exact same thing. Now it says that I'm going to put the swab into the collection tube marked oral, and then I'm gonna break the Q-tip at the score line. Just right there. I'm gonna close it up tightly, and then I'm going to write my birthday and the collection day, which is whatever day you're actually doing your test. The hardest part of this one was just writing clearly on this tube because the sticker was already on it, so it made it a little bit hard for my pen to get the ink out. Next, I'm just going to put the tube into the bag and seal it up tightly. Next, I'll do the rectal swab and the urine sample. So excuse me for a minute so I can do this in private. Okay, I'm back from doing that, and it was totally fine. Honestly, the hardest parts were because, first of all, I'm not super hydrated today, so actually peeing into a cup was kind of challenging. And then the rectal swab wasn't painful, but it was a little bit uncomfortable. But otherwise, it was totally fine, it was totally normal, and nothing hurt at all. All of these things are packaged up and labeled with my birthday and the collection date, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put them in the box. Next up, we've got the blood collection kit. I'm not a very blood squeamish person, but I'm not gonna show you any of the blood process for this. I'll talk you through it, but I'm not actually gonna show you me bleeding, and I'm not gonna show me getting stuck with the pinprick needle, just as a heads up. Okay, so the blood collection kit comes with a totally separate set of instructions. They're here, and they're in English and Spanish. It also comes with a blood collection card, so I'm actually going to put droplets of blood on this card. It comes with some gauze, some alcohol prep pads, and some Band-Aids. Plus, all of these little single-use lancets that are just the little things you poke your finger with. The instructions say to start with washing your hands, and I just did that. It also says to vigorously shake my hands for 15 seconds to encourage blood flow. So now I'll do that. I think that was 15 seconds. I wasn't counting. Next, it says to clean your fingertip with the alcohol pad, and that I should use my middle or my ring finger on my non-dominant hand. So I don't know, we'll use my middle finger, I guess. Then it says to take the lancet and twist off the cap and press the small tip firmly into the side of my finger, near the tip until the needle ejects with a click. And this is a single-use thing. Keep your hand below your heart during collection to massage finger from base to tip to encourage blood flow. Again, I'm not going to show you the finger stabby process. All right, 3 to 6 drops of blood to fill the circle and soak through the collection paper. Okay, so right now I'm feeling either extremely powerful or like something is wrong with me. I noticed it was taking me a really long time to fill up the spots. At this point, I'm only this far in out of 5, which might seem like a lot, but that last one there is only halfway done. And I noticed it's because the blood on my finger had entirely clotted already, so I'm gonna prick it again, which I guess is maybe why they give you 3 lancets, because I'm probably not the only person who this has happened to. And you are supposed to fill these circles completely. You don't want them like overflowing and touching each other, but they are still supposed to be pretty full. So we'll do it again. Okay, maybe the problem with my blood before was just that maybe my middle finger clots really easily, because my ring finger is definitely bleeding more, and more easily at least. So we are putting some gauze on that, and I'm gonna use this Band-Aid, which I don't even feel like I need a Band-Aid for my middle finger, but I definitely do need one for my ring finger. Okay, so the next step of this, now that I have my Band-Aid on, is to check the back of the paper to make sure that the blood has gotten all the way through, because here's what the blood looks like on the front. Hopefully it's okay that I'm out of the circle here too. And here it is on the back. So we definitely have plenty of blood. Now it has to sit for 30 minutes before I close it up and put it in the envelope. So I'm gonna leave it, and once I'm done with it, I'll put it in this bag, which actually has a silica packet in it to help keep it dry. and then I'll put it in the box, and all I have to do is put the box into a priority mail package and then send it on its way. So, to recap, after I did all of my swabs and I did my finger prick, all I had to do was make sure that my birthday and my collection date were on all of these labels, and then put them each in their individual specimen bags, put them into a box, and then mail them up with an overnight shipping label that's been prepaid as part of this box. And that's it. If you do test positive for something, you can rest easy knowing that you'll have a nurse or medical provider there ready to talk you through any treatment options and what you can do next. Remember, STIs are nothing to be ashamed of. No matter what your results come back as, getting tested provides a great opportunity for you to have an open and honest conversation with your sexual partners. So embrace the awkward, because if you want to have really great shame-free sex, you gotta talk about it. All of it. Until next time, I'm Cassandra Corrado, wishing you all healthy, happy, and shame-free sexual experiences.